Ladies, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is Monday. It is the 6th of March, and we are here. We are chilling in my car. And lately, I've been doing some mental weightlifting. And usually, when I'm working on the six-pack of the mind, you can expect the thought of the day. And today's thought of the day is about the two types of people on earth today. And I know of no better way than to start this conversation off than by sharing with you something that I've loved for many years. And it's a piece by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. And she said this. She said, there are two types of people on earth today. Just two types of people, no more I say. Not the sinner and the saint, for it is well understood that the good are half bad, and the bad are half good. Not the rich and the poor, for to rate a man's wealth, you must first know the state of his conscience and health. Not the humble and the proud, for in life's little span, who puts on vain airs is not counted a man. Not the happy and the sad, for the swift flying years brings each man his laughter and each man his tears. No, the two types of people on earth, I mean, are the people who lift and the people who lean. Everywhere you go, you'll find the earth's masses are always divided in just two classes. And oddly enough, you find too, I ween, that there's only one lifter to 20 who lean. In which class are you? Are you easing the load of overtaxed lifters who toil down the road? Or are you a leaner who lets others share your portion of labor and worry and care? Ladies and gentlemen, that is a good poem, is it not? That is good. I love that. You know, it's funny that psychologists for many, many years have attempted to categorize people, but isn't it funny how a psychologist can't do a better job than a poet? Like Ella Wheeler Wilcox just captured it right there. There are two kinds of people on earth today. You know, one of my favorite movies is Dead Poets Society. And I know that's no surprise to you, but Robin Williams, I patterned my teaching style around who he was in that movie. But there's a profound scene in that movie that really spoke to me. And he has his class all huddled around him. And he says to them, he says this, he says, we don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we're members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion. He says, while business, law, engineering, medicine are all noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life, passion, romance, love, beauty, these are the things that we stay alive for. Woo! Robin Williams! Come on! That is good. And if you took to that poem in the same way that I do, then you know, in your heart of hearts, there are people who lift and there are people who lean. And that's what I want to talk about with you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want you to do something. I want you to clear your mind. I want you to clear your mind of everything, and I want you to internalize this one very basic truth. And that is, you are an elevator. You are an elevator. You, me, everyone in our lives. We all have the power to either lift people up or to take people down in our relationships. In other words, people can either be the wind beneath our wings or the anchor on our boat. But what are the implications of that? That's what I want to get into. And what we're going to talk about comes from one of my favorite books. This is a foundational book for me. I can't tell you how much I've fashioned my life around this book. It's Winning with People by John C. Maxwell. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a cornerstone, again, for me. And he elaborates on what Ella Wheeler Wilcox said in 1898, was when she wrote that poem. He talks about how there are different kinds of lifters and there are different kinds of leaners. And that's what we're going to talk about. You see, when it comes to lifters, some people, number one, add something to life. Some people are adders, and we appreciate them. Adders are the kind of people who are intentional about what they're doing. They're the kind of people that just want to make other people's lives a little bit more pleasant, a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more bearable. And they're the kind of people that expect nothing in return. And let me tell you something, I can't even begin to run down the list of names of adders in my life. Ever since I got released from ALS as an instructor, I've had multiple adders contact me every single day since then. Every single day since I got back and got released. Just to check up on me, just to encourage me, just to inspire me, just to motivate me. I had one adder message me to show me, he sent me a picture. He knows who I'm talking about. He sent me a picture and said to me, Mayar, this is the only picture I have along with my wedding photo atop of my mantle. And it's a picture of him, myself, and the rest of our team, our warriors, standing in a graduation picture. I was floored. I can't even tell you how much that encouraged me. I had another adder. I was at the base hospital. I rounded the corner, and there he was, smiling from ear to ear. Just pleasant, just happy to see me, happy to check up on my wellness. Just encouraging, inspiring, motivating. He knows who he is too. I got another adder I want to tell you about. I got a friend of mine at Toastmasters, and he is a phenomenal speaker. I aspire to be like him. But he asked me the other day, he said, Mayar, is it okay if I eat in your car? I said, what do you mean? He said, I saw that you uploaded a new thought of the day. I paused it, I ran downstairs, I grabbed my dinner, I came back up with it. I said, what? Of course you can eat in my car. Anyone can eat in my car. As long as you bring something from me. And I like sushi. But those are adders, baby. They're doing it. But Maxwell talks about how when it comes to lifters, there are adders, number one. And then there are, number two, there are multipliers. And multipliers are intentional, strategic, and skilled. They know how to take a bunch of people and encourage them to go out and encourage a bunch of people. They multiply something in life, and we value them. And they're not necessarily the big names. They don't have to be the Gandhis, the Mother Teresas, the John C. Maxwells. A multiplier can be someone like you, like me, who have resolved to take just someone and share a message so that someone goes and shares that message with 10 other people. And 10 other people share it with 10 other people. And before you know it, you're changing the world, baby. That's what it's about. Those are the adders. Those are the multipliers. Those are the lifters, I should say. But when it comes to leaners, on the other hand, there are two different types of leaners. Let's talk about that. Number one, some people subtract something from life. And, we tolerate them. The worst part about it is what they do is usually it's unintentional, but they don't know they're doing it. Subtractors don't lighten our burden off of our shoulders. They usually make those weights a little bit more heavy. And, I believe personally that everyone, I don't care who you are, everyone deep down inside wants to help people, wants to lift people up, but not everyone knows how to do it. I can tell you where to start. I could tell you if you want to lift people up and you don't know how to do it, you can start by opening a book. Because when you're inspired by a book, by a story from someone who's done something significant, let me tell you something, significance is different than success. Success is about taking care of me, making sure you're well off and you're good. Significance is about doing that for others. Let me say that again. Success is all about me. Significance is all about we. If you don't know where to start, you can open a book, because when you're stung by encouragement, you're compelled to share it. You have no other reason not to. So there are two types of leaners. One is a subtractor, but the other one is we have subtractors and we have dividers. Dividers. They divide something in life. I almost lost that one. I'm just getting too motivated. Dividers are harmful because what they do is usually intentional. Dividers, they make themselves look and feel better by making other people do worse than they do. And if you're listening to me right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can think back to everyone in your life who's been a divider in your life. And it's sad. It's unfortunate, but they're out there. But this all goes back to what I just talked about how you, me, everyone in our lives, we're all elevators. There are some people that when you get around them, you know that you're going up. That elevator is just going skyrocket to the moon. FYI, we ain't even chilling in my car. We in an elevator. Psych! That's where we are. But there are some people, you get on the elevator with them, there's only one button. Basement. You just go down. And you know when you get around them too. But, I gotta tell you, adding value to people's lives, that gives me a great sense of purpose and fulfillment in my own life. Every day before I leave my house, everyone who knows about my vision board, I ask the same question every morning. Who can I add value to and how can I add value to them? And every evening I ask myself the same thing. Who did I add value to and how did I add value to them? Every morning, every single morning, I ask, who did I add value to and how did I add value to them? I should say, who can I add value to and how can I add value to them? Every evening, who did I add value to and how did I add value to them? It was Zig Ziglar who said, if you will help enough people get what they want, you will have everything that you want. Zig, he knew what was up. But everyone desires to do that. Not everyone knows how. But I believe firmly in the fact that a lot of people are not doing well in the world because they don't have any inspiration. They don't have any encouragement. They don't have anyone lifting them up. George Adams said that encouragement is the oxygen of the soul. Let me say that again. Encouragement is the oxygen of the soul. And if you're listening to me right now and you don't have anyone encouraging you, hear me clearly. I will be your lifter. I will be your encourager. I will be your cheerleader. I will do that. I'm going to do that. Because let me tell you something. I hope you listen to me. I hope you're hearing what I'm saying right now. It's like my mentor always says, you have something special. You have greatness within you. You have more in you than you can ever begin to imagine. I see that in you. I see that in you because I know myself. And if you've been chilling in my car this whole time, if you've been here along with me, if I've looked over here and said, who's that back there? Is that you? If that's you, then I know you. And if I know you, I know me. Because birds of a feather flock together. Like attracts like. You got something special. You got greatness within you, baby. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. But let me tell you something. If I'm going to be your lifter, it doesn't come for free. No. It comes at a cost. And you were charged with doing it for someone else. You got to do it. You got to pass it off. Life is about learning, earning, and passing it off. So I challenge you to be someone else's lifter, to encourage someone else to do well, because that's all that we need in this lifetime. I love what Maxwell says. He says that a person will go farther than they can go alone when someone tells them that they can. A person will go farther than they thought they can go alone when someone they respect tells them that they can. And I believe in that. I believe that you can be doing that for someone else too. That's the thought of the day. And we're just here, chilling in my car. And we're singing like the birds sing. Not caring about who hears or what they think. I look forward to talking with you next week. Until then, stay well, stay healthy, and stay happy. And stay encouraging. Until next Monday. I'll talk with you soon.